If you've been using 3ds Max for a while, you might have used the architectural materials in your scenes as well. So let's talk about how architectural materials work with Mental Ray. So I'll start by creating a new material. I've got a blank slot here, and I'm just going to click the Standard button here to convert this to an architectural material. So now I've got the architectural material in the material editor. And I can go ahead and assign this to the objects. Go ahead and assign material to selection. Might as well give it a name as well. We'll call it architectural reflect. So just like with standard materials, an architectural material is more or less seamlessly translated into Mental Ray. It's a simpler interface than the standard materials, as you can see here. But pretty much most of the same principles will apply. You will notice, for example, the simplicity here. There's only one parameter here for shininess. And I can turn that up, and that's affecting both the reflection and the specular highlights, which in a standard material, they're dealt with separately. Turn on the background here so we can see this. So I've got shininess, and I can turn that up or down. You notice that I don't get a very strong reflection here. And that's kind of defies intuition, because you'd think, oh, well, if I turn the shininess up all the way, and that's controlling my specular highlights and my mirror reflections, then I should see a chrome ball here. The reason this is not happening is because that architectural materials are sort of built such that you're expected to use the templates. So in fact, if you're using an architectural material to do reflections, or really for anything, you're supposed to start from one of these existing templates. So if I wanted to do a mirror here, I would want to choose mirror. Now I've got a mirror reflection. And you notice nothing changed in the parameters here, which is strange but true. So this is the big bugaboo around architectural materials, is that you can play around with these parameters all day long and they may not do what you expect because you've got some other template loaded. Some of these templates have ray tracing completely disabled. For example, if I went and chose fabric and then tried to increase the shininess, doesn't matter what I do, it's never going to enable ray tracing. And in fact, there is no indication anywhere in the interface whether or not ray tracing is on or off. So you're kind of on your own with this. So again, start from a template that's similar to what you're trying to achieve. So if I want to do a mirror reflection, I would choose mirror and maybe play around with some of the attributes. But that's kind of the way it's designed to work. Go ahead and click render. So I've got a mirror reflection there. And the irony of this is that it works opposite to the standard materials. Remember, with standard materials, if I wanted to do a really bright reflection, I needed a diffuse color of black. Well, here it's bizarrely the exact opposite. If I want a strong reflection, I'm going to need to increase the diffuse color to white. That's just the way it is. Now I want to warn you, you don't want to use the architectural materials for refractive materials, in other words, glass or crystal. It just doesn't work very well. And in that case, you're going to want to use the Mental Ray native shaders, which we'll look at a little bit later, specifically the Arch and Design and Pro Materials shaders.